Hi guys, today we're watching a game between Hikaru Nakamura and Wesley and it's a thunder again, and today we're starting the game. D4 by Wesley, knight f6, c4 g6, knight c3, bishop g7, e4 d6. The starting position of the King's Indian defense. Knight f3, castle, bishop e2, e5. This position is like typical in the King's Indian. It's one of the main positions. Hikaru kind of wants to go for some kind of knight c6, some kind of mortal platter, or also known as the Aronin Taimon of defense. And the he wants to, like, with e5 you try to create a kingside majority kind of. So that's the point of e5. Castling. d5 is playable, but a5 I think is like equal, idea knight a6. So here castling is played. E takes d4 can be played. There's also a move a5, there's a move knight a6, there's a move b6, knight bd7, c6 I think is also a move. Yeah, c6 is an okay move. And then like a weird move knight a6, which kind of weird, but it's a nice move. So here Hikaru went knight c6 for the Iranian Taimon defense. Wesley went d5 because there's immense pressure on d4, so you want to just push it out. Knight d4 is like an interesting option. I was like thinking of, like, it's an interesting option. Knight b8 is also kind of interesting, but here Hikaru goes knight e7. Knight e7, knight d7, f5 is like a typical plan in these structures. This is a positional move, knight e1. The point of knight e1 is to play knight d3, go b4, a4, and try to create some kind of kingside, queenside expansion. Hikaru goes knight d7. It's the main plan to go f5. f3. This is a move order nuance kind of, because here Wesley can go bishop e3, f5, f3. But here Wesley went first f3. This is like transposes. He went here. It's transposes. And this position, usually whenever white goes f3, bishop e3, a rule of thumb is to go f4. Try to create some kind of kingside attack. That's exactly what Hikaru does. He's pushing his pawn. He's bringing his knight. So this knight g6, knight f6 is possible, which Hikaru played. You can also go knight f6, knight g6, but Hikaru wanted to go for like, it's like slight move order nuances. Knight g6 is played. c5. As I told you, there's like a plan with knight d3 before, but here in this exact scenario, Wesley wanted to go for the c5 move, which is also a really good move. Trying to break open black's kind of center, and you want to expand your queen side. D takes c5 is bad, kind of. That's why, like, D takes c5 just weakens your structure on e5. D takes. You give white this amazing pawn. So Hikaru goes knight to f6. The best move. He's bringing all his pieces in to like create a kingside attack. Rook c1. Here rook f7 was played because a rule of thumb, whenever white goes rook c1, rook f7 is like a kind of instant move. Like, you instantly play it, because the thing is, it defends c7, which is a weak square. So like, this is weak. To defend that square, he goes rook f7. King h1. This is, I think, in my opinion, an inaccuracy, because Wesley, king h, like, if Wesley wanted to play king h1, You should have played it a little bit before because black is already getting ready with their h5, and you should have tried to do something on the queen side instead of playing king h1. Kind of wastes time. Hikaru wastes no time. He goes h5. Wesley takes, which actually just gives black a slightly better position. After c takes d6, black has actually a slightly better position because black just has much more chances. Knight b5. And here, Hikaru should have gone g4. This is a strong move to get g3 at some point, try to break open. So g3 is a key idea, so like imagine just waste time. G3, g, f, g, and then you go h4, and if bishop h2, we go knight h5. We bring all the pieces in, and this position is bad. So instead of playing g4, Hikaru played a6. Wesley here played a mistake, knight a3, but knight c3 is actually a good move. b5 is a mistake, by the way, knight b4. And here Hikaru, who I think missed that he can go knight c3, get this knight a4, knight b6, amazing outpost. But Wesley missed it too. Wesley went knight to a3, which I think he missed b5, which straight up shuts down the opportunity of going knight c4. Rook c6. Wesley knows that to try to survive the game, he has to create some kind of source of counterplay. And here Wesley decided that he should try to triple on the c file and try to scare Hikaru, and then hope for the best, kinda. g4, trying to open the king side. He's going for some expansion. Queen c2, said he's tripling on the queen side. Queen f8. Hikaru brings in every single piece. The bishop on d7 is c8 is actually a piece. Like, it's doing really good stuff. It's helping black a lot. Rook c1. Only move is bishop b7 here to have a winning advantage, because you want to move the bishop because it's attacked, and bishop b7, there's rook c7 with tempo, kinda. So he plays bishop d7, bishop e1, or not bishop e1, sorry, rook c7. Here, Wesley should have gone rook b6, like trying to get some rook b7, try to do something there. Rook c7, black's attack is just unstoppable now. Bishop h6, bringing every single piece. He's also supporting g3 because the bishop on h6 is like looking over at that rook on c1. It's like, maybe I'm going to take you at some point. So bishop h6, bishop to e1. This is a kind of move that, it's kind of like desperation, kind of. Bishop e1. It has no purpose. h4. Strong move by Hikaru. It's some kind of typical King's Indian stuff. You want to sacrifice the pawn on g4 and try to put f3 and try to get a good position. Here, Wesley took f3. Wesley took. Wesley probably thought that Hikaru was going to take here and it's going to be an okay endgame. But what Wesley missed is Hikaru can go knight takes e4. Here, computer just gives Hikaru a winning advantage because it's just winning. Because you just sacrifice your knight and you can't take it because there's rook f1, king g2, and then there's bishop e8, which just wins on the spot. So instead, he has to do something else. And Hikaru just won a pawn there. And even though Wesley still is up a pawn, as you can see right here, it says +1. The king is super weak and every single piece is in the attack. And Wesley's pieces don't know what they're doing. The knight on a3 is horrible. Rook d1. This is like, I think he missed the next move Hikaru was going to play. Rook takes f3. Hikaru equalized the material now. And Wesley can't take. There, and Hikaru takes here, and this is a horrible position. Oh yeah, by the way, if he moves the rook, not there, sorry. 2-1. Hikaru can just move the queen, and then he's just winning. Straight up bishop f3, and then it's just game over. So Wesley realized that he can take, and now even though it's equal material, this is a bad position. Wesley takes here, missing, I think, one of the best finishing touches ever. Rook f1. A genius move from Hikaru, sacrificing the rook. Can't take because this is a mate. Wesley's up a full bishop, so Hikaru has to know what he's doing in this position, but he saw everything. And then after king g2, h3 I think just wins on the spot, kind of. This and then rook f2, genius move, but Hikaru played the other win, which also wins on the spot, bishop e3. But it kind of allows bishop g3, but Hikaru just saw everything after that. He realized he can take here, and then he can go knight to h4, and it's this GG in this position. If king h1, g2 is a checkmate. This is a super checkmate, actually. King h3, and now he just doesn't even check. He goes calm move, queen h6, and here it says game over. Like, there's no other move. The rest of the game, black is like evidently better, so the rest of the game is pretty simple. g5, Hikaru takes. There, Hikaru just does the finishing touch here. Knight f3. If you take, he checkmates you on h3. If you take here, he checkmates you on h3 again. So instead here, Wesley went for, sorry, not bishop takes f3. He went for, what did he go for? He went knight f2. Hikaru went queen h4. Wesley went king f5. Hikaru went rook f8. Wesley went here. Hikaru can go back with the knight, but Hikaru found a flashier way to go rook f6. Take, knight e4, and then king g6, and queen g5, checkmate. Hikaru won this game. He played a magnificent game. He just, like, the way he found that knight takes e4 is, like, nice. Because usually knight takes e4 is, like, really weird, but to see that knight takes e4 is just winning. Nice. Well, this was a super game. Well, see you tomorrow, or maybe later. Have a nice day, guys. Like, subscribe, and share. Bye.